Gretchen, in 2004, you released your debut song, Redneck Woman. That song blew up, and, still to this day, the song resonates with so many people. Were you surprised on how fast Redneck Woman took off for you?
I think we were all a little bit surprised because we, collectively, the record label, it was me, as a songwriter, I was a little bit hesitant. You never know how people are going to embrace something, but I just think the temperature was right in country music at that moment. It was either going to go really well or it was really not, and we really didn't know what to expect. But women at that time were kind of not feeling like Faith Hill, breathing in satin sheets. They were feeling a little more like I was at the moment, probably covered up in dog poop and changing diapers. And so I just feel like that was a moment in time where women needed to, just the average woman wanted to be spoken to. And so, yeah, it was just the right time, I guess.
Even the next year, you took home a Grammy Award for Best Country Female Vocalist for Redneck Woman. What did winning that Grammy mean for you directly?
I always say that awards that's not why I got into this. It's still not why. Of course, they're lovely. I have 11 bright and shiny awards sitting on the mantle, but all these years later, I can say that winning that Grammy, it's astonishing, really. I still can't really believe that happened. There are some of my heroes in music that I've looked up to all my life that have helped to structure me artistically that have not yet won a Grammy, and so that really is. I'm kind of pinching myself still over that one.
You've worked with artists like Big and Rich, who discovered you, Brooks and Dunn, Kid Rock. Who's the craziest artist, and I mean that in a good way, you've worked with so far in your career?
Well, back in the Music Mafia days, we all kind of discovered each other, and everybody kind of came up at the same time in those days. And I've met a lot of crazy artists, not just in the music industry, but, in Hollywood and kind of across the board in this industry. We all kind of rub elbows sometimes. But I'd say being in the elevator with Gary Busey, that was kind of one of the strangest moments of my life.
In 2014, Gretchen, you stepped away from the road to be a full-time mom to your daughter, who is now a freshman in college. Kind of crazy, hey, how time flies.
It's really amazing, and what's really incredible is that somehow this redneck woman managed to raise an incredibly well-rounded, free-spirited, self-assured, very grounded young lady, and she is so like me, but then not like me. And so I kind of, that's maybe one of my biggest accomplishments as of yet, was managing to somehow juggle this career and also raise a daughter who is just such a wonderful, independent young woman.
Gretchen Wilson joining CJWE. Gretchen, you said that Loretta Lynn is one of your greatest influences in your career. Why is that?
Well, because Loretta Lynn did it all. She did everything. She did everything that I had dreams of doing. She was a mother first and foremost, and that was my first dream, was to be a mom, and to be a country music singer was a close second. And Loretta did those things. She managed to have a whole slew of kids hanging on to her and still chased her dreams and still made a name for herself and still followed her passion. And so I think any woman who is unafraid to go out there and just take all that life has to offer her is someone to be held in that kind of esteem.
So you're on the road right now. Your daughter is in college, and you decided to hit the road, part of your Working Women tour with Jessie G.
Jessie G, yeah. I mean, a lot of people are going to kind of see right through this and realize that as soon as I became an empty nester and my daughter left me, I just kind of picked up another daughter. But that's not really how it happened. Jessie and I have been working together for several years now, and she is from near Portland, Oregon, up in the northwest area, something I'm not familiar with at all. She comes from a family of deep-sea fishermen. So this girl has got some strong work ethic. She knows what it's about to earn what she gets. And I'm telling you right now, it kind of, in the line of strong female country singers, it goes Tanya Tucker, Gretchen Wilson, and then Jessie G. You guys will see when you get to see her live, you'll say, oh my gosh, it's like a mini Gretchen or like a mini Ann and Nancy Wilson. She is just fierce, and she's ready to fill those shoes.
Gretchen Wilson joining CJWE. Gretchen, the new album is called Ready to Get Rowdy. And one of the songs on there is called Stacy, a fun, upbeat song. Tell us all about it.
Stacy is a song that I wrote with a couple of good friends of mine about, we were just sitting around talking about that kind of girl. They're everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's that girl that comes in and she's a little too loud. She's a little too drunk. She's a little too pushy. And she's ends up crying in her beer at the end of the night and brings the whole party down. There are Stacys everywhere, and we were just kind of talking about our own personal Stacys that day, and we decided to write a song about the Stacys that we all happen to know. One of my favorite Stacys of all time, by the way, was the Stacy in Wayne's World, if you guys haven't thought about her for a while. She's, and again, apologies to all of those that are named Stacy out there. Honey, it's just that your name rhymes really well with crazy, and that's the only reason we pick on you.
We'd love to see you in Canada sometime soon. Any future dates?
Well, maybe one of these days my daughter will ask me to come on one of her family vacations. My daughter, her family is from the Vancouver area, a little bit east of that in Mission, BC. So she goes up there every year, and maybe one of these days she'll ask me to join her, and I would love to do so if I think she's getting sick of me.
Great to talk to you, Gretchen. All the best.
Thank you so much for the time today, Jeremy. I appreciate you guys so much playing my music.
25